Hello, today I'll be teaching an English lesson on homophones. Homophones, sounds familiar, eh? Homophones was a topic that should have been learned in elementary, but most people still easily become confused from the difference of homophones, heteronyms, homonyms. So today I'll be reteaching you and refreshing your memory. A homophone is a word that is pronounced the same but differs in meaning. For example, rose, the flower, and rose as in she rose up. Flower, the plant, and flour, the baking ingredient. Not all homophones fall under these two characteristics. Some only have one characteristic, but for a word to become an official homophone, it must have at least one of the characteristics. Homophones are a huge heading that people often mistaken as a small topic. However, homophones are a huge heading that several small topics fall under, such as homonyms. Here's something funny. Oronyms. Homophones of multiple words or phrases. For example, the sky versus this guy. Example versus example. Sandwich is there versus sandwich is there. Ice cream versus ice cream. Commonly misused homophones. Its is a possessive pronoun. Its is a contraction for it is. Example, Jeff's cat ate its food. Funny how it's all coming together. Effect, a verb meaning to influence. Effect, a noun meaning as a result. Then, an adverb indicating at that time, and than, comparative. Weather, a noun meaning the condition of the atmosphere. Weather, a conjunction used to introduce an indirect question. Example, I don't know whether she drew or took the bus. What is the weather like outside? Accept, a verb meaning to take, accept, a verb meaning to leave out. Bill went to accept the award. Everyone may go on the trip except those who failed the test. Your, an adjective meaning of or belong. Your, a contraction meaning you are. Is this your homework? You're acting like a fool. So questions. Circle the proper homophone for each sentence. In the past, this place is used as a hospital. So for this exercise, we'll be correcting the proper homophone. So in this case, the proper homophone would be past. Because past, the first one, is the past tense of past, which is a homophone of past. Okay, so I'm through with you, cried Ashley. So the proper one for this set of sentence would be through, because the first through means through, as in I threw the ball. So the scarf would complement my outfit perfectly. For this sentence, we'd be using complement. Complement, the first one, because complement means completes a thing to perfection, and compliment is flattering a person. So it will probably take weeks for your foot to heal. So heal. So in this case, we'd be using heal, the first one. Because heal, the second one, is the heel on your foot. My actions are based on a sound principle. In this case, we'd be using principle, the second one. Because principal, the first one, is your principal in your school, also your best pal. So, the warrior sailed forth on her trusty steed to fight evil. The first one, we would use fourth as in fourth, because the first one, fourth, is an ordinal number following third. While swimming, beavers use their broad tails as rudders. So, in this case, so for this sentence will be, while swimming, beavers use their broad tails as rudders. So for this case, we'd be using there, because the second one there is in I will be there, and there is a contraction for they are. So the rear brake on my bicycle needs to be adjusted. Brake, so the brake we use is the second one. Oops. The first one. Because brake, the second one, is to brake an item, and brake is as in to stop the bike or the thing on the bike. Okay, thanks for watching. Remember this one thing about homophones. They are just there to annoy their readers.